Okay, so today our topic is machine to machine, and this is part A of lecture 9. All right, so machine to machine communication is a form of data communication that involves one or more entities that do not necessarily require human interaction or intervention in the process of communication. Okay, so typically M2M refers to the communication between computers, embedded processor that is embedded into some machine or some hardware, smart sensors, actuators, and mobile devices without or with limited human intervention. M2M communication could be carried out mobile networks. So the data is communicated over a mobile network. This is a distinguished feature. They are using GSM, GPRS, CDMA, EVDO networks. In the M2M communication, the role of mobile network is only just to transport as working as a transport network. And the rationale behind M2M communication is based on two observations. So the rationale behind M2M communication is based on two observations. Number one, standalone single computer is not more valuable. And the another one is that when devices are interconnected, a new autonomous and intelligent applications can be generated. So coupling with M2M with wireless sensor network is more beneficial. Through interfacing with wireless sensor network, a wide range of information can be collected by sensors for M2M system. It's very obvious. When you connect your M2M with wireless sensor network, you will get more information. You will be connected with more devices. Thus, in addition to M2M communication, machine also can make actions through the collected information with the integration of wireless sensor network. And the comparison of M2M with the IoT. So M2M is forerunner of IoT, as I said earlier. And M2M laid the foundation for of machine connectivity on which IoT improved on. The main deliverable of M2M is to connect devices or machines to each other so that business can manage the devices and collect data from it remotely. IoT is a mass market technology as contrast to M2M that applies to both consumers and enterprises. So it looks on both ends, consumer ends and enterprises ends. Consumer IoT connects people to their devices and similarly allows for remote control over those devices. While enterprise side IoT facilitating asset tracking and management. The distinction between M2M and the Internet of Things can be baffling. थोड़ा सा इनका आपस में मुश्किल है इसको डिफ्रेंशिएट करना, ओवरलैप करते हैं ये, नहीं मालूम होता कि कौन सा एरिया ऐसा है जो उसका अलहदा है और इसका सेपरेट है. तो M2M and IoT are different solution for the enterprise. M2M and IoT primarily vary in terms of how they achieve connectivity, what are being connected, and how scalable they are, and how data is utilized. On base of these four things, we can somehow classify IoT and M2M or discriminate them. M2M depends on point-to-point communication with the use of hardware components embedded in the machine. These connected machines communicate through a proprietary cellular or wired network to a dedicated software application. So the communication medium, the network, is not their own, but instead it's a proprietary cellular or wired networks. For example, the connectivity is based on Warid telecommunication network or a third party network technology you have to use to connect. IoT relies on standard based IP to interface devices data to a cloud or middleware application. So, what are being connected? M2M connects machine to machine, whereas IoT takes this connectivity, integrated web applications, and connect it to a cloud. So IoT is not only connecting machines, it connected web application to machines. It also connects uh, both of them to the cloud. So M2M employs isolated system of sensors and islands of remotely collected and measured data. IoT converts disparate systems into an expansive system to enable new applications. Which is more scalable? IoT is inherently more scalable than M2M due to cloud-based architecture. Cloud-based architecture removes the need for additional hardware, hard-wired connections, and M2M for installations. How are data utilized? Typically, data from M2M systems are only leveraged in single simple application, mostly related to maintenance and service management. So what does that mean? That means M2M is not using a complicated applications. Their application is only to check the maintenance and service management. So meanwhile, IoT steps it up by integrating device and sensor data with big data analytics and other enterprise mobile applications. IoT not only provides predictive maintenance, but also improves business processes and operations. And it can predict future scenarios and then do some actions against those scenarios. So the system that is equipped with IoT will also we'll call smart because it learns, and then based on its learning it can predict their actions. The application of M2M covered many areas, mainly security, like surveillance, alarm systems, access control to get into some premises, open some main gates, or passing through doors by using some smart cards, car driver security. Tracking and tracing is another application area for M2M: fleet management, order management, pay as you drive, asset tracking, navigation, traffic information, road tolling, traffic optimization, steering, and payment, point of sale, vending machines, gaming machines. These are also comes into the area of M2M. In health monitoring, like vital sign monitoring, supporting the aged or handicapped people, web access telemedicine points, remote diagnostics, remote maintenance control, sensors, lighting, pumps, pump walls. Like these are the applications. You can say appliances we can control by M2M. Elevator control, vending machine control, vehicle diagnosis. Elevator control means the lift or the stairs that moves ups and downs in some building. This means power metering, gas metering, water heating, grid control, industrial metering, manufacturing in manufacturing domains, production chain monitoring and automations. So what is chain monitoring? Chain monitoring means the thing is produced in a factory, and then it is stored in Godam, and then it transported to another Godams, and then from there it transport to the shop, and from shop the customers take it to home. So this is all called, we call chain supply chain. So we can also use this in M2M. Facility management like home, building, campus automation. So the European Telecommunication Standard Institute, ETSI, drafting standards for information and communication technologies, ICT, considering an M2M network as a 5-part structure. Number one, device capable of replying to requests for data contained within those devices. Generally, devices can connect directly to an operator's network, or they will probably interconnecting using wireless personal area network technology such as Zigbee or Bluetooth. Sensors and devices that connect directly to an operator's network are endpoint of the network. Thus, the responsibility in terms of accountability lies within the network operator. The tasks of gateways and routers are twofold. Number one, firstly, they have to ensure that the devices of the network may be reached from outside and vice versa. So data should be go out of their own network. This is the responsibility of the gateway. And secondly, there may be the need to map bulky internet protocols to their lightweight counterpart in low power sensor networks. So we have already studied that wireless sensor network is a lightweight network, while internet is a heavyweight network. Their protocols are heavy because they on internet they can use the high power devices, and the memory is also enormous. While in wireless sensor network we have constraints, memory constraints, we have power constraints, we have processing constraints. So so they will use different protocols. So when they are interconnecting with internet, we need a gateway to interchange data to one another. M2M area network provide connectivity between M2M devices and M2M gateways. So if you go to this picture, this is M2M devices and this is gateway. So this is called M2M device domain, and this is called network domain, and this is the application domain. And this is gateway. The gateway is in between M2M device domain and network domain. M2M communication network, network domains, it covers the communication between M2M gateways and the M2M applications. For example, XDSL, LTE, WiMAX, and wireless local area network. M2M applications, it contains the middleware layer where data goes through various application services and is used by the specific business processing engines. So this can be seen here at one side. On the right side, we have M2M device domain. These are all M2M machines. And at the border of network domain and M2M device domain, this is the gateway. And from gateway, the data is traveled through third party technology from either satellite or wired or wireless to the applications at application domain.